Greetings, M squared here, and we're going to learn how to find some x and y intercepts of linear functions. But really, any kind of function that you are trying to find the x and y intercept for, you could use these same steps. To find the x-intercept, you're going to let y equal 0, so you take out y, you say y-intercept, you substitute 0 for x, and you solve for y. That's a little y. Okay, let's go. So to find our x-intercept, we're going to write this equation down, but instead of y, we are going to put 0. And then we're going to solve for x. So to get x alone, we add 3 to both sides. We get 3 equals 4x. And to get the x alone, since 4 is being multiplied, we divide both sides by 4. So our x-intercept is 3/4. Now sometimes teachers want the point, the actual coordinates. Well, x was 3/4 and we used 0 for y, so this would be the coordinates of the x-intercept, and this would be the x-intercept. So check with your teacher and see which one they'd like. To find the y-intercept of the same function, we this time put 0 in for x. Whoops, 3, so y equals 3. And again, if you wanted your coordinates, it would be 0, 3. Next one, again, we are finding our x-intercept, so that means we need to make y 0. So we have minus 3 times 0 equals 12. This equals 0. 4x minus 0 is 4x. 4x equals 12, but I divided both sides by 4 to get x alone. I get x equals 3. And the coordinates would be 3, 0. Okay, to find the y-intercept of 4x minus 3y equals 12, that equation, we are going to put a 0 in for x. And 4 times 0 is 0. 0 minus 3y is negative 3y. A lot of people might forget this little negative here. Don't do it. Make sure you're always watching the signs in front of the term. Otherwise, you will get the wrong answer. So we're going to divide both sides by negative 3 to get y alone, and we get y equals negative 4. And our coordinates would be 0, negative 4. So sometimes when there's fractions involved, we tend to freak out a little bit. Don't freak out. We're just going to put 0 in it. We're going to put 0, to find our x-intercept, we're going to put 0 in for y. So we get 2/3 x. And once you get quicker with this, you don't actually have to put the 0 in. You just say, oh, 0 times 2/5 is 0, so that's just 0. And 0 plus 2/3 x, that's 2/3 x. So once you get a little better at it, that's what you can do. And so now I need to get x alone. There's a couple ways you can do it. You can say, oh, well, it's being multiplied by 2, so I have to divide by 2. You can do that, and then it's being divided by 3, so you can multiply by 3. But the quickest way is just to do it both at the same time, to actually multiply by 3 and divide by 2 at the same time. Whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other. So we multiplied by the reciprocal of 2/3. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 3 divided by 3 is 1, so I'm just left with x. And x equals, when you multiply fractions, remember, it's top times top, bottom times bottom. So I get negative 9/2. For those of you who do not like fractions, you could change that into a decimal if you wanted to. And so that's our x-intercept. But again, if we wanted to write it in the coordinates, we could write it like that or like this. Either way. Okay, let's find the y-intercept. So when we find our y-intercept, we let x equal 0, so that 2/3 x is going to be gone, and the sign in front of 2/5 is positive, so we don't have to worry about a negative there. So this is what we have, and if we want to do the shortcut like we talked about over there, we're going to multiply by the reciprocal of 2/5, 5/2. So we reduce there. We get y equals negative 15. Remember, numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. We get negative 15/2. Y equals, so if you wanted to change that to a decimal, it would be negative 7.5, because 2 goes into 15 7 times with 1 left over, so that would be a half. And again, for the coordinates, it would look like that. So it's fairly straightforward. Hope you have fun finding your x and y intercepts. M squared signing out.